US. I'm going to talk about various applications. Go to the next slide. If you look at the trend of the physician using the smartphones from 2001 to 2012, the trend, it has grown from 30% to 81%. Such is the growth. And look at the, usage of the smartphone in the healthcare industry. Despite of the fact there are so many regulatory bodies coming into picture like HIPAA. Next slide, please. I'm giving you an example. You go to the one hospital, you enter into the hospital, you're suffering from a wound. You go to the thing, somebody comes, nurse takes her own time, puts on your name, address, and after that she takes the measurements of your wound. It takes about 15-20 minutes or half an hour. By the time you are into deep trouble. What people are talking about is an automated process. So nurse, when you enter, she has a PDA or a smartphone, she enters your name, particulars, and she takes a snap of the wound and doesn't have to do anything. She's done with it. Thereafter, the measurements and everything of the wound is taken automatically by the application. Doctor automatically gets that information through email or whatever, and he's able to prescribe medicines. Look at the fact how the medical thing is changing. So which means that you just get into the hospital, you don't have to wait for a longer time. Well, we are talking about the mobile application for various actors, physicians, patients, lab, pharmacists. I gave you one scenario. Abhi ek scenario diya hai. Similarly, we talk about patient. They want to seek an appointment with the doctor. So what they do is just they go to the site, they basically get connected with the hospital doctors, just see who are the doctors available in such and such dates. They can take the appointments, they can get connected with them, and thereafter they can get alerts also. Lab, similarly, you can have your X-ray reports, MRI reports scanned and sent across the various doctors, and you can consult the best doctor who you feel is a specialist in that particular area. Pharmacist, whenever the medicine is prescribed, called e-prescribed applications, what happens is the patient is given the medicines, he's prescribed the medicine, at the same time, those medicines are also transmitted to various pharma companies, which means these pharma companies know how much of stock is lying, they can refill their stocks, and patient can be alerted that you can go to this nearest shop and so on. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Well, what are the key value adds? Whenever you're talking about the data entry, there are a lot of manual errors. So if you reduce those errors, you manage your data more confidently. What are the pain areas? HIPAA compliance. Because this is such a health-related thing, you just can't let it be ungoverned. Which means whatever snaps you are taking, whatever things you are taking, the resolution, the accuracy has to be completely, complete. You know, security measures, your data should be private, should not be shared with anybody else, and so on. You know. Next slide. Again, this is a trend. If somebody asks me, what is the trend of the applications which are going to be mobilized? Sabse jada, if you look at, the 28% of the applications are electronic health record. Your patient's history, his details, etc. Physician order entry, 15%, because physician is also going to enter. And if you look at, there are so many disciplines, e-prescriptions, your inventory management, there are bed management modules, inpatient management modules, your billing information, everything is coming on the mobile. So doctor knows, the administrative officer knows whether you paid the bill, what is the bed number, and you can see even what are the beds available in a particular section. You know. So it's very easy to manage the patients. I think if time is over, I think I've given you some glimpses of the application. Sometime we interact more and talk about it in more details. Thank you so much.
Wide coverage of another dimension of digital marketing. I only say, you see, the technology diffusion is taking place at a very rapid pace. You see, about 10 years back, I was in Australia. I was a visiting professor at Curtin International University. So when I joined there, immediately the secretary came and told me, "You got a computer, I'm giving you a mobile. And this is all. Unless you require my assistance, I hope you'll be able to manage with this." So first time I got the mobile, I was looking at the mobile, of course how to make use it, I came to know, and secretary also told me. Then I asked her one simple question. You mean to say that I must use this mobile only in Australia, or can I use it for contacting people outside Australia? She said, Professor, that is a perk you have got. You can give a ring anywhere in the world. So I got so excited. I started giving calls to all my friends, not only in India, USA, as many places as possible. And therefore it was a very exciting thing. But when I came back to India, after a couple of years, I noticed everybody had this mobile phone. And this morning, when I was coming here, I overheard the servant maid talking to my wife on mobile that she will not come today. She is going to take leave. So it becomes very easy for them. So whether you talk about mobile phone, and I tell you, because these are all my personal experiences, because you guys have grown to know the internet world, whereas we people learn. For example, every week we have a video conference. Tomorrow I am having a video conference at home, and then I have got contact with about 15 people from 15 countries to organize a program for the Academy of Marketing. Therefore, the technology is spreading very fast, and the wide coverage, how it is being applied, he illustrated it very nicely. Now, I had the opportunity, because I told about my experience in Australia, because Vaibhav has studied in Australia, and therefore I am sure your experience will be of great value. I request you now to make your presentation.
Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, friends. Good to be with you. I'm sure a lot of information download and a lot of learning from my worthy colleagues here. I would be very quick and very brief. I would go down for the final year students, go down the memory lane. For the professors, please excuse me if I say something wrong, and tell you what exactly is paradigm shift in marketing from my perspective. But before we start, let's take a quick look as to what marketing was and what marketing is. I've been able to compile a now and then slideshow, which will, give us a little idea as to what we really want to say and think about this whole topic today. This is, just go back. This is airport security. You see, now and then, Next. In-flight meals. I'm sure we've sometime or the else we've experienced this. Next. In-flight entertainment. This is the best I like. It's amazing. Inside an aircraft, you have those garden chairs there with projector screen inside and people are getting entertained. And look at the in-flight entertainment today. Go next. In-flight comfort. And it's amazing. Cruise ships. We've all seen those big Queen Elizabeth II cruise ships. It's a city on the sea, advertising happening. There's a whole sea wave inside the cruise ship, which is what is it called? It's a flow rider. And look at the activity there. Go next. Road trips, what a comparison. Next. Hotels. Of course, most pictures are not to the Indian perspective because India is still developing. I mean, to my perspective, 60 years of independence, the railway tracks still are the legacy of the Britishers. We haven't changed much of kilometers there. So I haven't been able to find anything like this within the Indian perspective though. Hotel rooms. This is there. This is there, hospitality. Long distance train travel used to happen. Camping. So, the story of evolution continues. The next slide. Interesting perspective. If you see, changes are within us. If you see, changes are all around us. And what is a paradigm shift? A paradigm shift, in my opinion, is the most overused marketing word since the 1990s as per my research. If you look at it, it becomes eventually meaningless for any of us. Everyone looks at it and just talks about a paradigm shift. Scientifically, let's just go by the slide. A paradigm shift occurs when you encounter anomalies that cannot be explained by any existing scientific knowledge. That is not possible in our practical lives. When we see a change happening, we call that change management. When we see a paradigm shift happening, which is a shift from a good old thing to a new thing, a new technology coming in, we call it a paradigm shift. So it is the evolution that is always there. Next. So let's see what it means for paradigm shift in marketing. It is a discipline that evolves. I'm reading it out of my handout because this is a little bit of theory, as I promised you. It's a discipline that evolves over time as paradigm shift and models are redefined. Like any other discipline, marketing has changed in its meanings, content and context. The new conceptualization brings in new ideas while old concepts are enhanced, modified or dropped. We are seeing a shift from the older concepts to the newer concepts. From a brand consulting perspective, from a management perspective, from a marketing product perspective. Further, the traditional structure of the 4 Ps, most of our seniors have been talking about the 4th dimension since the day one, since the beginning are. The traditional structure of 4 Ps of marketing are not included in the definition of a paradigm shift of marketing. 4 Ps always exist. Paradigm shift is beyond the 4 Ps. Paradigm shift in the marketing ecosystem resulted in today's defining moment. What is it? It has resulted in structuring our policies, practices, strategies, and tactics a company implements today to market through various mediums. Mr. Madan said technology, our social media guru referred to Airtel re-engineering their logo to capture the minds of the people. It defines your short-term business goals, long-term business goals. It talks about staying power of the brand. We'll take a look at the examples as well. It talks about creating a consumer connect. How? Social media, Facebook, Twitter. Most of us don't even know about StumbleOn and Tumblr and how effective it is, or Diggies. It's one of the most effective tools in the US within the media industry. And it also creates goodwill. Marketing today creates goodwill, and goodwill forms a part of our balance sheet today. I can get an investor to invest money in my organization without having any revenue, just on the basis of my brand that I create, that the goodwill that I have. Say for example, Kingfisher. Kingfisher will be able to get an investors today just because Kingfisher, the logo and the brand itself is valued over $300 million. Just the brand, just the name. So all he needs to do is sign off an IP, an intellectual property document saying Kingfisher is yours. And he can sell that for $300 million and over. Same happens with IBM, Amazon and all other brands. And this is to bring in a sustainability of the product and services being offered. In the older days, in the morning, I think Mr. Kalsi mentioned that it was about, or Mr. S.K. Jain mentioned, Mr. Sharma mentioned that it was about thinking, what is it that we should manufacture, go out there and sell it. Well, it's not there anymore. In the olden times, the products and the services used to come in and go out. You know, we don't even remember some of our olden products that were there. Of course, Lifebuoy, for example, have been a sustainable marketing gimmick. Nirma, for example, they've sustained it over a period of time by connecting to the end user. How? They've gone ahead to the market. They've done below the line activation. They've also given an ad on the print, also given an ad on the television. So over a period of time, they've been able to recollect the brand value amongst the consumer. So they've been able to get a product sustainability. But a lot of brands are there. I would not be in a position to name them because we haven't conducted research with that, which we don't even remember. You know, till we don't have children, for example, we won't even remember a brand like Huggies. You know, if I am a father today, I'll be able to know what Huggies is. But, you know, Huggies won't make sense to most of you. Because, you know, and Huggies incidentally does a lot of social media, mobile marketing, digital and so on. You know, what are they? They're diapers. Let's take a quick look at the growing trends in the marketing, indicating more knowledge harnessing and analysis. So this paradigm shift that we are referring to is actually because we're looking at data on an everyday basis. How are we getting the data? We are getting the data through a focused, organized, integrated digital marketing. Now, Mr. Madan was talking about product engineering. Our friend here was talking about social media. I'm sure my other learned colleagues will also refer to something within that space on technology and other things. But we need to see how it is really integrated in the back end to create a sustainable environment for the product and the service that is being offered. I'm not spending marketing budgets just for telling who I am. I want to make sales. I want to get revenues out of people. How do revenues come in? Revenues come in through social media marketing. Revenues come in through integrated digital marketing. Revenues come in through print media, through advertisement, which are connected to each other. So for example, Mountain Dew is running a competition these days, which is the latest on the blog. You can actually see under the crown and call up a 1-800 toll-free number and register yourself for the contest that they are running. So what do they advertise? They actually advertise that you drink Mountain Dew, open the cap, take out the cap cover underneath, there's a number on it, call up the call center and, you know, try and win. So what is it? It is the integrated model and they will have data to it. How? How many calls came in to register? So they know what is the success of the campaign. What is the return on investment that a brand manager has actually got out of his investment on the marketing team? The gentleman there, right next to you, he's busy sleeping. Can we take a photograph and post it on Facebook? Try and listen to something I'm saying. You will not get this in the notebooks. Trust me on it. This is 15 years of hard work. And if I would have clicked you and posted it on Facebook, everyone would have laughed at you. That's the paradigm shift of technology through digital mediums. Let's take a quick look at pointers as to how you can actually benefit from this paradigm shift to understand this better. No, go back. It creates more transparency in the marketing campaigns because it allows us to see data. For example, how many hits do I get? On a website these days you can have a hit counter. You know, 5,000 people have visited my website. It's relationship marketing today. A single transaction based marketing wherein you go in, purchase a product to a multi-transactional mode. Network marketing has emerged. MLM, multi-level marketing. Amway never used to advertise. Amway has been in India for over 50 years now. How many of us knew that? We did not know that until we saw hoardings outside a metro station or an advertisement of Amway saying SMS Amway to 58888 and we'll call you back. You know? So how many of us knew about that? So that's network marketing. How is it? It's interconnected. Yes, all of us are in a network. But it is moving on to market actors and transactions, wherein they're increasing the network by increasing the transactions. Then there is communal marketing. We have never been seen this part of it. What is communal marketing? Any of you? Manmeet? You're sleepy. You know, when we used to be in our colleges and we used to see our conferences, what our speakers used to do? Our speakers used to go this, you know, to wake us up, to get that energy and the zing. You guys are into management. How will you control your juniors like this if you guys are so sleepy? You guys need to be full of energy. Managers need to be people who are managing. To play golf, it's more tiring than actually making a business plan. Trust me on it. So communal marketing, Manmeet will tell us what is communal marketing. You were very aggressive in calling up the speakers and inviting them. So communal marketing, I'll tell you. Communal marketing aims at a community. That community could be community of women. Everyone has heard of Gang of Girls. Yeah? Sunsil, look. The woman next to me got connected immediately. Sunsil Gang of Girls. Okay? Or, not with the prejudice, but the Bole Sonihal Society on the Facebook. It's communal marketing. You create a community out of a common interest. You sell a product accordingly. I was watching a movie recently wherein the community sponsored an ice hockey team in Canada. Speedy Singh, correct. That's communal marketing, and it's nothing communal about it from a religious perspective. It's just like-minded people coming together on a like-minded platform. Like all of us here. Like all of us. We're all marketing guys, isn't it? Viral marketing, which is very common, very abused and used and thrown word, viral marketing. Everyone wants to talk about viral marketing. What is viral marketing? Manmeet, do you want to give a shot?
Viral marketing basically means that it spreads like a virus and it's like...
I'm sure we'll get all out to get rid of that virus. Viral marketing is nothing. Viral marketing is a sort of marketing where actually, let me break that thought of yours, that it spreads. No, it doesn't spread. Viral marketing has nothing to do with more people on board. Viral marketing has nothing to do, if a Facebook page has 1 lakh hits on it, it's not viral marketing. The basic principle of viral marketing right there in the field outside is that 20% people out of the consumer targeted audiences is responsible for 80% of your sales revenue. That's viral marketing. So actually, Amway is a very good example of not network marketing but viral marketing. One person gets the other person to purchase it. They just don't make them a member. That's viral marketing. So the 80-20 rule, I don't know if you've read that, 20% is responsible for 80% actions. Yeah, the Pareto rule, yeah, very abused and used word again. So that's viral marketing. And etc. I always say, because I don't want to be a teacher here. So, just giving my experiences, sharing it with you, what I think about paradigm shift. Okay, now the heading here is very critical. Data drives conversations with consumers. Why will I target an audience? Because that audience, I have data to prove that they are my customers. So what will I want to come here and sell you guys? I don't want to come here and sell you management consulting. I would probably not sell you Bisleri. Bisleri, incidentally, is a very good example of viral marketing. Why? Because when you go to a shop, when you're thirsty, you don't ask for mineral water. You say, give me a Bisleri. That's paradigm shift in marketing. That's correct use of a technique and tool. So data, marketing at large, yes. But us marketers, need to understand how do we make our strategies. Our strategies are basis the data that we have. The data can be in accordance to the target audiences. How is the target audience decided? Let's see the examples. Collection happens through online metrics, Facebook ads, Google ads, pay-per-click advertisements. What is a pay-per-click advertisement? My sleepy friend there? What is your name? Sorry?
Sandeepan.
Sandeepan. Kemen acho babu? So, pay-per-click advertisements.
Yes.
Anything about pay-per-click advertisements?
Yeah. Whenever you have a certain advertisement segment in some social media page, whenever you look into that advertisement, you will, the advertiser will pay to that media site.
Correct. As per every click that is there. Now there is a cost to it. It could be 1 rupee, it could be 1,000 rupees. It could be even 1 lakh for a click. How is that cost established? That cost is established as per the prevailing data that we have. We decide that, okay, audiences between 18 to 25 will click this ad, So I will basis my price accordingly. That's how pay-per-click works. In-person interviews, qualitative research also happens. Emotional quotient of people is mapped. So let's say, for example, what color Manmeet likes? Blue. So that's an emotional quotient. If you give him a gift which is blue in color, he would connect to it quickly. So this is also data. It's a data point. So it's qualitative research that is there. That is audience-centric marketing. So what we've seen so far, I say paradigm shift is not scientific. It is marketing as a science. Marketing is an art today. So paradigm shift from then to now. That's what we've seen. And we've come so far looking at data-centric, consumer-targeted marketing. And what is integrated digital marketing? It's quick and easy. Across mediums available, integrated fashion in nature, brand image and PR play important roles. Again, numbers driven. Which party to attend to, which chief guest to call, whether call Katrina Kaif or call Shri Devi. You know, that's how you relate to it. Protection of intellectual property, very important. I'll come to that very quickly. Access to information is easier, and thus frauds become evident. We all know people open up companies, wind up and go away with people's money. How do we protect that? And that will be majorly centric to LBSIM as well. I'll show you that. No more misleading statements using digital platform. It's transparent. Whatever anyone writes, whatever Sandeepan writes, Manmeet and his friends and his girlfriends know about it. They don't want to mess with each other. Yeah, so it's transparent. You guys can't play pranks on each other. Consumer instant reactions are captured. Campaign metrics are changed and delivered. Thus, a marketing campaign today which is integrated in nature is more successful, quick, gives you more ROI. That's the idea of a paradigm shift of marketing within the ecosystem. It's a whole marketing thing. It's no more sales and marketing. It is marketing and sales. So marketing is separate and sales is separate. Don't mistake, both are same. Next, please. Current popular marketing examples. The idea surgy ads. Rocket Singh, the movie. Have you seen Rocket Singh? Yeah, brilliant. The interview scene. Do a Google on it. You know, you'll see some 5 trillion hits on it. You know, the interview when Rocket Singh actually goes and gives an interview saying that I'll be able to sell this pencil. The boss comes in and says this $2 of pencil he's trying to sell like a 2 lakh rupee Mercedes. You know, so that's the idea. That's a shift in marketing. Nokia Lumia ad, it's connecting to people. Yeah, and Google any which ways makes the doodles every now and then. Yeah, when you go on the landing page. That's integrated digital marketing. Now, next, what is there in the next slide? Okay, hang on to this. Play the idea surgy ad, please. This is the best. I love it. Double tap full screen.
चुप बैठा है, चलना। मुंह खोलूंगा तो मार देंगे यार। डर के मारे चुप बैठना। ओल्ड आइडिया, न्यू आइडिया। ट्रांसफर कर।
That's paradigm.
बिना मुंह खोले
New idea.
सब बोलते हैं।
एक 3G मोबाइल अपलोड और इंटरनेट बन गया। इंसाफ पाने का नया आइडिया।
और कहाँ है चश्मदीद गवाह? बुलाइए मेरे बुजुर्ग दोस्त। 25,83,810 चश्मदीद गवाह हैं मिलॉर्ड। +1 चश्मदीद गवाहों को मद्देनजर रखते हुए अदालत प्राधिकरण न्यू आइडिया 3G स्मार्टफोन with YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and the power of internet। बता दो तूने क्या?
Last slide, and yeah, a quick look as to what is, now we now know what is front-end marketing in print, what is digital marketing in media. We know YouTube, we do a video and we upload it and so on and so forth. But what are the frauds connected to it which you, as a marketer tomorrow, whenever you go, whichever organization you go, need to make sure you keep this in your mind. You need to protect the intellectual property that you create buy these advertisements, buy these slogans. You need to have registered trademarks, copyrights against them so that they don't get copied, or someone else doesn't use them to pull a prank on you. So for example, Manmeet's morph picture. Yeah? So, Manmeet, don't put your pictures in objectionable positions on Facebook. So what is cyber squatting? Just remember, cyber squatting, phishing. We all at some point in time have got emails saying, take up a job, Coca-Cola award. Yeah, Maruti Suzuki, Mr. Kalsi is not there, I would have pulled a prank on him. Maruti Suzuki is one of the oldest job offer emails that have existed in the cyber squatting domain and phishing domain across the globe, not India, across the globe. That's how big it is. I'll show it to you how. Hacking we all know, spamming we all know, unfair and unscrupulous competition we all know. There isn't a bodybuilder, I would have put my photograph on his, on his body. So, and copyright and trademark infringement. Yeah? I don't know if you guys have read IP protection, copyright or trademark, but it's brilliantly important and you guys need to know about it. Next slide, please. Now look at this. Bharat.tv versus Bharat.tv. Both domains, they are domain names. Both domains are unavailable. They are supposed to be, Bharat as a word is supposed to be blocked by the Indian government across registries, across the medias for their specific use. It is a blocked keyword. However, let's go next. Now look at this. Bharat.tv in Hindi is owned by someone in the US, in Wisconsin, and Bharat.tv in English is owned by a guy in Chandigarh. That's cyber squatting. That's a fraud. So if you're a customer to Bharat.tv, you will easily be able to, think, oh, it's a mail sent by Bharat TV and, let's do business with them. And next slide, not the last, very important. Sir, management, Mr. Shastri is not there, but lbsim.ac.in versus lbsim.in. How is that? Someone in China owns your domain, .in. And look, all the other domains to LBSIM are available. .org is available, .edu is available. That's how big intellectual property is in today's marketing, in the digital marketing age. That is how big it is. I think we done, or is there anything else that is there? Mr. Jain, LBSIM.
Right, please start howling, shouting, do whatever. Stop me after 15 minutes. This is the ground rule. Ground rule for marketing, as far as I am concerned, as a personal perspective, nothing is wrong. I mean, like our dear friend Vaibhav made Manmeet the Poonam party of the day. Okay, feel bad about it. Not good, man. You went too far. And I think Kapil spoke very well. I think a lot of perspectives of his were very, very right from a social media standpoint. However, as nothing is wrong, nothing is stupid, I have my own perspectives. And I want to share you a couple of them. Sandeepan, you were not too far away from being a munni, by the way. Kapil talked about Poonam Pandey being a rage during the World Cup. Now, if we go by absolute data, I think what Kapil was saying might be right from a buzz matrix standpoint, but from an absolute volume of comments, I think it'll be obviously Sachin and World Cup and Yuvraj, all these guys. But there are various metrics we look into when we talk about the entire digital marketing aspects. It is not only about one point of view, one perspective, one data point. There are various data points, and we need to look at all of them while talking about our final analysis. Now, like the HBO 07 campaign which he talked about, to me, as he rightly said, there was no gratification in it. But there was a big Poonam Pandey factor in that, which actually dragged people to participate, talk about it. So it depends which particular preposition going forward with and finally talking to consumers with. He talked about 20k fans on some Facebook page, and there were 8 likes as far as participation goes from consumers. Now on Facebook, there is a thing called EdgeRank. This EdgeRank formula, I would want all of you to go back, do a Google on this, read more about it. This EdgeRank formula is the base for Facebook. The more you participate with a particular brand or page on Facebook, that particular post will be visible on your timeline. If you are not participating with a particular brand, you have 10 brands you have liked, but you're only visiting a particular brand again and again, that particular post of the brand will not be visible on your timeline. You will not be able to participate. So maybe there are many dormant people who are liking a particular brand, they are not participating with it, and therefore there are less number of likes. So there are various perspectives and nothing is wrong, and therefore it is a stupid free zone. Whatever you may do, go ahead, try, experiment. Everything is right. There's nothing wrong. I think let's move forward. I want to show you a quick video. This video is about what brands want, they think, they behave, and what consumers want. What's the difference between the two?
Hey there. Long time no see. Looking good.
Yeah. Let's just keep this simple. I want a divorce.
What now?
I think you heard me just fine.
Come on. This is me. What's wrong?
We don't talk anymore.
I just put down the mill on a TV commercial just to talk to you.
Exactly. You do all the talking. I never get a chance.
Talk on our website, can't you?
Sure. If I want to say, order this product.
See?
It's not exactly a dialogue.
What about the print campaign? You can't tell me you missed a billboard in Times Square. That was like a 200-foot tall declaration of love.
You're saying you love me, but you're not behaving like you love me. It's not genuine.
I don't know. The agency said I was genuinely being funny. Genuinely being charming. They said you would love everything I did.
Keep your voice down. You're not doing a radio commercial. Look, whether you're funny or not, it's just, I've changed. And you haven't. I mean, we don't even hang out in the same places anymore. You're not even listening, are you?
Coupons. You want coupons, don't you? Look, come by the store. I got 2 words for you. Loyalty, reduction. Alright? That was it, wasn't it? Let's just hug.
If you knew me, you'd know I don't care about that.
Know you? Sweetheart, I know everything about you. You're 28 to 34. Your online interests include music, movies, and laser hair removal. You have a modest but dependable disposable income. Am I the only one not getting a problem here?
I'm out of here.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Look, I'll tell you what. Come back here tomorrow. I'll give you the chance to win a Bahamas vacation. There's a small chance, minuscule, but technically still a chance. Want to be like the old days.
So this was a Microsoft video. They created that. Good piece of content. It gives you a great perspective of what consumers are, what brands want, how they are behaving, and many other factors. Now the bad part is this website doesn't work anymore. So even if this video still is alive on YouTube, everybody can see, you guys are watching it today, you want to go back, see what kind of conversation is happening, this website doesn't work, which is a bad piece of marketing. So primarily if you look at what are we doing today, are we looking at we're looking at data, as rightly said, we're looking at technology evolution, we're looking at consumers. The most dynamic part of the lot is consumer from a media standpoint. And that's what is changing everything. That's what is adding new dynamics, new paradigms to the entire marketing phenomena. Now, how are we behaving and how are we changing? That's what we need to know. We need to understand very well. The minute we do that, we are home. All our marketing campaigns will be doing great because we know our consumers very well. As in the video, the lady said, you don't know where I'm hanging out. We're not hanging out at the same place anymore. What does it mean? If I'm on Facebook, you guys are on Facebook, but are you talking the language the way I want to listen? Maybe not. Maybe you're only talking a gratification method or a measure, while it is far more important for people to see some jazzy stuff by which consumers will interact. So few crisp and quick slides, and please 15 minutes, I hope somebody is capturing that. Perfect. Bingo. So we are talking about a digitized life over here. Now, in the morning, we get up and what we see is our phone. That's the first thing, right? So alarm clock has changed. Nokia has become the biggest camera manufacturer, right? Things are changing. Things are changing dynamically, and all that is because we have changed. We are compulsive connectivity is the life today. We are connected every time, whether we are in our bathroom or we are getting married. There was a case in the US when this couple was getting married, and before they said yes to the father, they said just hang on. They changed their status on Facebook from single to married before saying a yes. So we are compulsively connected, and that's what is changing brands' behavior, marketing behavior from our side. Language of convenience. Mobile has actually changed the way we think, we write. In our emails also things have changed. Our smiley has become the colon and a bracket. It is not the smile anymore. Things are changing. Things are changing to a level where social networking, which is the biggest thing we have been talking about, and this is actually a biggest thing, today is accessed more from a mobile phone than anything else. I rarely open my Twitter account on my laptop. I use it more on my phone. And I was sitting over here and I was tweeting about this particular program. So that's how life is changing. It's compulsive. Social media has become, to a large extent, a lifeline of the day. And life has become an open book. As other speakers have talked about, everybody will be moving forward and we'll be talking about what happened today. Right? You might be going forward and talking about what happened, what we spoke. You might be typing our name. This video will be going on YouTube, and we are talking that there's other content available from LBSM also on YouTube. Now all that has become an open book. Whatever I'm speaking today is live there. It's an open book. Nothing is closed. So we need to be a little conscious for sure, but don't kill the fun. Virtual is real as real. Now we today are more interested how do we look in our picture on Facebook? How do we look on our picture on Gtalk? Is it really different? How different I am from a friend of mine? That's like virtual life of ours, but we want to make that absolutely spick and span. I want my LinkedIn profile to be as good as somebody comes and offers me a job tomorrow. There's a good example of a recruitment piece. Somebody had created a flash video file of his CV and posted online, and then tagged a few people along with that video. That guy got a job in a week. Right? That's a virtual profile. He only talked about what he does, his work, and he got a job. That's how differentiated manner, in the different fashion, people are using digital medium, embracing it. Parallel conversations. I did it. I mean, when I was not married, young, I used to chat with through 2-3 girls at a time, and everybody does it. We can say that it's wrong to talk about this topic over here, but I think that's how consumers are, people are. Brands need to embrace that. Brands need to see how people are really flirting with various brands at a given point of time. How can they engage them, entice them, and finally convert them? Our objective is not to really only engage them. We have to move forward and make them our advocates. How can we do that? So appearances, as we talked about, has become far more important. Now, another interesting factor is, you guys go on Facebook, yes, right? How many people are actually creating content on Facebook? How many people are consuming content on Facebook? How many people are amplifying content on Facebook? Everyone. How many people are creating content? How are you creating content? So to me, 100% people who are on social media are actually creating content. And simple example is by pressing a like button, I'm creating a content piece. Right? Status update is a step forward. I'm saying I've gone forward and pressed a like button on your status. I've created a content piece. All of us have become content creators. Right? It's extremely important for brands, for all of us, like people like us who are actually managing various brands, to look at your sentiments, look at how you're behaving, which particular comment you're liking. So we call it a P/A ratio, paid to earned media ratio. Okay, so paid media is, let's say if I have spent about $1,000 as an example to create a content piece, which is, let's say, a status update from a brand standpoint. How many people have come forward and liked that, commented on that? If I divide the two and take out a ratio, that is a paid to earned media ratio. That ratio is far more important than just looking at one like. What is the ROI? That's what we talk about. The social media ROI from a Facebook only standpoint comes from a P/A ratio. Knowledge. We all are sharing, we all are expanding, there is no disequality. We all are equal when it comes to knowledge, because Wikipedia to some extent has created that equality more by blogs or Twitter. We all are sharing content on a regular basis. There is no disparity when it comes to knowledge. We trust in more unknown people than our known people. Today if I have to buy a car, I'll go online, type on Facebook, so which is the best car running today? What is the best price? Which car should I buy? People will come start commenting. I'll go by their judgment, because some of the people in my segment must be an automobile freak, expert. I want to believe them. I go and read a review, a blog, I go and review some comments before buying anything. As of today, I think all of us are doing that. Whether it is a mobile phone, a car or a TV, we believe in the unknown more than the known people. And that's when we lead to the third degree of influence. This is my LinkedIn profile. I am connected to about 841 people directly. In the second degree of my connection, you can see about 2,41,600. And my third degree of connection, it has gone beyond, it's close to 82 lakhs. Now, do I know them directly? Not really. But maybe I'm connected to Obama somehow on my third degree of connection. Right? Quite possible. This is the power of social media. This is the power of our third degree of separation. We are separated yet connected. And they will, somehow they're influencing my life as well. Oh, sharing is not a crime, right? We definitely share songs, music, we download pirated stuff, it is not a crime. Obviously it is a crime from an entertainment industry standpoint, we're killing a lot of revenue for them. However, it is extremely important for us to look at how people are consuming content, sharing content, and then bridge the gap between their need and our communication. Playgrounds have moved into drawing rooms, right? Xbox Connect, a brilliant example of how things are moving. I mean, I play a lot of golf on it, not in the real ground. I don't move out. I'm a lazy bugger, but I love to do it in my drawing room. Things are changing. So all these factors are actually extremely important for us to understand how consumers are changing, and therefore how our marketing methods, marketing strategies need to change. Last is, it is a stupid free zone, as I said earlier. Plan, implement, gather data, learn. Don't stop. Continue. Continue with your learnings. Gather more data and then continue. So you don't have to really stop for a long. Nothing is wrong, because consumers are changing. Whatever we do will definitely have an impact on that. So don't stop. Just keep moving on. And that's me. You can connect me anywhere.
Okay. I would like this session to be more of an interactive session. So any interjections, any questions, please feel free to raise your hands so that we can brainstorm together on this. So the topic is a very interesting one, which is a paradigm shift in marketing ecosystem. So I think we should change the topic to paradigm shift in marketing ecosystem due to the internet. So let's try reintroducing the internet to all of us. I would like to ask you a question. How many of you have actually bought something from the internet in the past 6 months? I think that's a fair number. That's a huge number actually. And how many of you actually bought something from the internet about 5 years back? None of you? 4 years back? 3 years back? Probably a rail ticket or something of that sort? Yeah, all of you done that. Great. Okay, so this number over here in this little small community shows that there has been an upswing as far as the number of internet users are concerned. And the scenario is no different as far as the rest of the country is concerned. We have close to 120 million internet users in India, out of which 90 million are actually active internet users. When I say active internet users, I mean probably check their mails, check their Facebook accounts, or done some sort of activity in a month. So now the question arises, why has there been an upswing? Has there been a major technology shift? Do you guys think there has been a major technology shift in the internet? Some of you? No? You think? I don't think so. I think it is the way that we software developers are actually executing the different technology and how the end user is perceiving it. Websites पहले भी थी, अभी भी है. E-commerce पहले भी था, अभी भी है. Suddenly, why are we buying from the internet? Why is there a change? There was a website earlier. You could come to a website. You could read about the brand. You could read about a Coca-Cola. You could read about an Airtel. You could read about a Maruti Suzuki. But was the brand talking back to you? It wasn't, right? We already covered all of this. We're just reiterating the whole thing. The brand wasn't talking back to you, right? Suddenly the brand wants to talk to you, right? There are a lot of engaging activities. There are social networking blogs. There is Facebook. There is the advent of Facebook. The user has a window to voice his opinion, criticize a brand, appreciate a brand. And this term, this whole activity, this whole new way of using the internet is fondly called Web 2.0. So it's not, Web 2.0 is no major technology shift. It is more of a, the way we perceive the internet, the way we use the internet, right? So moving on, how does it affect the brands? What does it mean from a brand perspective? With the whole internet booming around us, can the brands afford to ignore the internet anymore? I mean, they're not ignoring it, but do you think they can ignore it? Or they could have ignored it earlier? I mean, Ritesh would agree. About 5 years back, when we went and sold internet medium to our clients, the first hurdle, the first task that was there for all of us was to actually educate them about the internet. How did the internet space operate? What was the USP? How was it better than traditional media? I want to ask you a question. If there was a billboard that you saw on the street for Reebok, can you tell me the number of people who actually saw the billboard and went to a Reebok store? Can we quantify that? We can't do that, right? But can we do something similar on the internet? Right? So basically that is what we used 5 years back. We used the internet as a very quantified sort of a medium. And we said, we should, in typical Selu language, हम जाके बंजाते थे कि ये सब बहुत quantified medium है. There's a cost per click, there's a cost per lead, there's a cost per sale. Every penny that you basically spend on the internet can be calculated, right? So basically, we actually linked up the marketing activity to sales, and that's how brands, if agreed to give us about 5 to 10%, we would say, wow, we sorted, man. We got 5% of their actual marketing budgets. Which is a very sad scenario, which was a very sad scenario rather, because nobody was using the internet for actually branding and actually engaging the user. Cut to the Facebook era, right? We live in the era of Facebook. So there was the pre-Facebook era and there's the Facebook era that we live in. So it's not just Facebook, there is social media, there's Twitter, there's blogs. And like Kapil, I think Kapil has left. He showed us Gandhiji's bandars over here, who don't want to listen anything good or bad about their brand. There was a new term which came up, which was ORM, which was online reputation management. And brands suddenly wanted to manage their reputation on the internet, right? A telecom brand came to us and said, you know, Hargun, we're being spoken very negatively about on the internet, and positively of course. We want you to go and locate wherever we're being spoken about and basically influence the user, you know, basically encourage the user speaking good things about us, and the guy who's not speaking good things, please either delete him or change the tide in our favor. Can we do that in the offline space? It's very difficult. It's actually impossible. We can't go and talk to every user. right? But on a forum where we're being spoken about badly or in a negative vein, that can be changed, right? So ORM became the next big thing and is still actually quite a big thing. With India ranking number 2 on Facebook with 43.5 million users, the number of blogs springing up, users being vocal about their bad experiences on the internet, all of this is directly affecting the sales and the potential users. So the brands recognize that, and they know that whatever we do on the internet, whatever is happening on the internet, whatever is being spoken about can actually directly affect our reputation and the direct sales and potential customers as well. So how do they use the internet? Very simply, very in layman terms, they do product launches, they do games, they do they go do contests, they do virtual product launches. The internet has actually become a game changer. Earlier the internet was just used as an extension of the offline space, of the traditional media, of a billboard or a TVC. We just used internet as a support system. The game is changing. We were doing a campaign for Maggie Juicy. You just seen the TVC come out lately. The teaser for this campaign was launched on the internet, right? So it was a game changer. It first came out on the internet and then on traditional media, and not the other way around, right? So even brands recognize that, and a brand like Amitabh Bachchan recognizes that. He tweets regularly. That is his way of interacting with his audience on a one-to-one basis, on a day-to-day basis, right? Which is very important. Brands want to know what is happening with the user on a day-to-day basis and a one-to-one basis. So even Amitabh Bachchan could not ignore such a medium, and he interacts with his audience on a daily basis. So what are brands doing? How are they investing money on it? This is something which is good for all of us sitting here. There's a new position which has opened up for all of us called the digital brand manager, right? Which is something that we would like to look at, because all of you are going to be going for your placements in the next 1 year, 2 year, whatever. What is essentially that the digital brand manager do? I mean, what does he do? His main job is to strategize for the internet, recognize agencies, look at new innovations, and basically keep his eyes and ears open on what is happening on the internet. For example, I was sitting with a client a few months back, and okay, now this is the game changing, the game which is reversed. 5 years back we were educating the client, and now the client is educating us. How does that happen? 5 years back, educate him about cost per click, about Facebook, about how Awkward works, about how Twitter works, etc. Now suddenly the client comes up to me 6 months back and says, Hargun, what are we doing on Pinterest? And I was bamboozled. Have you heard of Pinterest, any of you? And okay, just 2 people. So I think it's pretty new as far as the internet, Indian internet space is concerned, but doing very well in the US. I'm sure all of us will hear about it in the future. So yeah, so the client is educating us about new avenues that we can market the product on, because he is more sensitive to the internet than even the agencies now. He knows that he can't ignore this medium. This is the place to be. Like it, leave it, whatever, but you can't ignore it. You have to be here. There's no choice. Okay, so what all of these, the Facebook, the blogging, all these activities, how have they affected the e-commerce in India? Suddenly all of you buying something on the internet. I mean, 2 years back you were only buying tickets and air tickets and everything. Now you're buying tangible items like shirts and t-shirts. Have you bought a shirt on the internet? Yes. Yeah, you bought shoes? Yes. But how do you buy a shoe? It's a very touch and feel product. Okay, there's a Reebok shoe, and Reebok has about 10,000 different models. How do you know which one is comfortable for you? Can I get your name, please? Zen, can I get to know how that particular shoe works for you?
Sometimes what I do is go to the showroom, see a particular shoe, go online, search the best prices.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that I do as well. But anyway, what if we do not have that option? What would I do? I would go and read what others are saying, right? What my friends are saying. I don't know those people. As Mr. Gupta rightly said, I don't want to know what Shah Rukh Khan is saying or what the brand is saying directly. I want to know what my peers are saying. So what has Facebook done? What has Awkward done? What have blogs done? They've indirectly or directly affected the e-commerce industry in India as well, right? The sales are picking up. Brands see another avenue to sell their products on. Reebok knows that they can sell their shoe on a brands in dealsinu.com or a fashioninu.com or a mintra.com. So what does it do for us? As the end user, we are rocking. We have so many avenues to buy new products. We can actually read up on what others have to say about the product and then take a decision. right? I have to buy a car, I'll do a research for 6 months before buying that particular car. So, what do you think is going to be the future of the internet, of the e-commerce industry in India? I mean, there are 1,000 sites which mushroom up every day selling baby products to a shirt, to a shoe, to a book, to gadgets. So, what do you think is the future? I mean, will these sites keep coming up, or is this something new going to happen? Absolutely, absolutely. I think Zen is the smart one here. I think the time is right where in the next 1 or 2 years you'll see a lot of mergers and acquisitions. You'll see the bigwigs, the Amazons of the world. I think Amazon is already here with Junglee.com. Is that right, Shastri? Yeah. I think they want to buy out Flipkart at $500 million, which they flatly refused. So Amazon said, what the hell, let's just go open our own site, which is I think Junglee.com. So I'm not sure about it. But anyway, so we'll see the bigwigs coming in, we'll see the Best Buys, we'll see the Fry's, we'll see the big players in the world coming in, and a lot of consolidation is going to happen, a lot of mergers and acquisitions are going to happen, not just by takeovers. Even the smaller players, I think, will have to hold hands and probably come up with something bigger. What does it do for the end user? Excellent deals, niche e-commerce sites, better customer support and better experience, and also will take care of the earlier hurdle of logistics. When Amazon comes into India, they come with the whole plethora of their logistics, their courier services, etc. So better experience for all of us.
US. I'm going to talk about various applications.